You're stressed. That's what the doctor told me. I smiled and said, "No, I'm not." In my mind at that time, stress meant losing control, breaking down, shouting and crying. That wasn't me. In fact, while sitting in her office, I was secretly getting irritated. I waited for my turn for hours, and when I was in her office, I noticed how slowly she moved and spoke, as if she didn't care about all these annoyed people who were still waiting for hours, just like I did. I told her at some point, "I can't work like this. At my job, I'm answering emails while someone is talking to me, while my phone is ringing." I was working in a fast-paced corporation at that time. She looked at me and prescribed some medication for stress. I refused to take it, because I genuinely believed nothing was wrong with me. Looking back, I realized I was bathing in unconsciousness for years. I didn't know what I didn't know. There's a quote by Carl Jung that says, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." That's exactly what chronic stress does. The dangerous thing about chronic stress is that it doesn't always feel like stress. It slowly becomes your default state of being. You practice it every day without realizing it, until your nervous system starts believing that's simply how life is supposed to feel. Here's a simple experiment. Notice your pace. Everybody has the same 24 hours, yet some people seem to move through life calmly. They walk without rushing. They cook without hurrying. They speak without constantly looking at the next thing. Meanwhile, maybe you feel like you're living on fast forward. Even when there's no emergency, everything feels urgent. You're brushing your teeth while worrying about being late to work. You're eating lunch while thinking about your next meeting. You're driving home while already thinking about everything you have to do when you arrive. It's as if you're always trying to get somewhere else, instead of living where you already are. Now notice your breathing. Not when something stressful happens, but while cooking dinner, sitting at your desk, or while folding laundry. Are you breathing slowly and deeply? Or are you taking quick, shallow breaths, even though nothing dangerous is happening? Most people don't realize they're barely breathing because it has become automatic. Now notice your body. When you're sitting in a meeting, are your legs constantly shaking? Is your foot bouncing on the floor without you even realizing it? Are your shoulders tight? Is your jaw clenched? These small habits aren't random. They're signs that your nervous system is still preparing for danger, even when there isn't any. How does this happen? Usually, it's because you've been exposed to stressful situations for so long that your body forgets how to switch them off. Think about an intense video game. Your heart races, your muscles tighten, you are hardly breathing. Now imagine playing those kinds of games for hours every day. Eventually, your body automatically enters that state, and it becomes its new comfort zone. Real life works the same way. Maybe every morning begins with rushing the kids to school. You're looking for missing shoes, making breakfast, defying a tantrum, and doing your best to be on time. After you finally drop them off, the stressful situation is over. But because it lasted so long, or potentially because you started work immediately with a stressful event or daily meeting, your body kept running as if the race is still happening. The same thing happens if your work constantly demands that you're multitasking, jumping from one problem to another, or checking your phone and emails all day long. Over time, your body learns that being tense is normal and becomes so addicted to that adrenaline rush in the name of excitement. Some engineers spend hours fully consumed by the problems on their laptop screen, completely unconscious about their poor posture. And it's one of the reasons why many professionals suffer from chronic shoulder pain or fatigue, and only realize it by the end of each day. Another reason is that many of us live almost entirely in the next moment. When we're stuck in traffic, we're thinking about getting home. When we're finally home, we're thinking about getting the kids to bed. When we're climbing the stairs, we're already thinking about the next step. When we're eating, we're preparing the next bite before we've even properly chewed the current one. Our body is here, but our mind is somewhere else. The problem is that life only exists in the present moment. By constantly living in the next moment, we end up missing the one we're actually in. Your body only has two main operating modes: survival or growth. Imagine a lion is chasing you. Your body doesn't care about digesting food, repairing cells, balancing hormones, or strengthening your immune system. Every resource is redirected towards survival. Your heart beats faster, your muscles receive more blood, stress hormones flood your body so you can escape. That's exactly what your body should do. The problem is that your nervous system can't always tell the difference between a lion chasing you and years of psychological pressure. So it stays in survival mode for days, months, sometimes years. When that happens, your digestion and sleep suffer. Your immune system weakens, inflammation increases, and over time, your risk of chronic diseases increases. You also age faster because your body spends so much energy preparing for danger instead of maintaining itself. The good news is that there's no complicated solution. It starts with awareness. Several times a day, stop for just a few seconds. Notice your breathing. If it's shallow, slow it down. Notice your shoulders. If they are tight, relax them. Notice your foot shaking. Let it become still. Every time you see your stressed jaw reflected in the screen, release it. Notice your pace, and if you're rushing when there's no reason to rush, ask yourself, where exactly am I racing to? Every time you catch yourself, you're teaching your nervous system that the danger is over. Little by little, calm becomes your new default instead of urgency. So you can reverse it in the same way you caught it, by spending as much time as possible in a conscious, relaxed state. By checking with yourself every time you've passed a stressful situation, if you're back to your normal state. By questioning whether it makes sense to spend years in a job environment where stress and survival is the name of the game. I wish someone had explained this to me years ago. Today I realized the doctor wasn't diagnosing a feeling. She was recognizing a pattern. One that had become so familiar to me that I could no longer see it. Maybe after watching this video, you'll be more conscious about the stress signals from observing the body language of the people around you. I hope this video serves as a wake-up call to those who need it before it's too late. If you know someone who could benefit from it, please share it with them. And subscribe for more career breakthrough secrets.